Hey everybody, my name is Gary Yao, and today I would like to share with you a few pointers on how to stage your property to get the best result when it comes to selling your property. We all know that first impressions are important, so in order to maximize and get the best results, you want to be able to do everything you can to get the attraction that you want for a property in order to get more potential buyers to get interest in your property and to get the best offer you can to sell your property. And in spirit of getting that result, I would like to share with you 4 pointers on how to get the best staging for your property. Number 1 is declutter and depersonalize the property. When you are getting your house ready to sell, you want to make sure that you take care of taking away your personal belongings throughout the floor and to clean up as much as possible. I don't mean like cleaning in the sense of cleaning things up or scrubbing, but that could be helpful. What I mean is like you don't want to have a lot of stuff on surfaces. You want to make sure that, let's say, the cabinets are actually orderly done in a way that is appealing to the sight. You want to make sure that the tables and the couches and chairs, they don't have any belongings or they don't have a lot of stuff, because you don't want your house to look too busy. Also, you want to make sure that you can, if there are paintings or pictures of yourselves or your family, you can actually put it aside, so that when the potential buyers come and see the property, they can picture themselves in this property that they can call the potential home. Now, you also have, let's say, political stuff, political information or hanging around, or let's say religious memorabilia. You might want to consider taking those away for the foreseeable time that you're selling your property. Remember, you want to make sure that your house is neutral. And if there's a lot of, let's say, colors in your property, maybe you should consider painting as well, so they can have a theme that is neutral, so when people come by and take a look at it, they can say, oh, okay, I can see this being my potential property. You might want to consider getting also a rental storage unit to put your personal belongings in this place, because after all, you're looking to sell this property. So once it's sold, you have to move anyways. Okay. Number 2, deep cleaning and repairs. I mentioned already that you want to have the property clean. Now this is what I mean, like scrubbing surfaces, making sure that the floor, the walls, everything is done in a way that is clean, that when you touch it, it feels good. Let's say that repairs, that the floor has some cracks that needs to be taken care of, or the faucets, everything that has to do with water, the bathrooms and the kitchen, you want to make sure that the plumbing is working correctly. And if there's a window that is cracked, that needs to be taken care of, or a squeaking door or cabinets, you want to make sure that things here and there are done before you put the property on the market, because you want the buyer to feel comfortable that this property has no problems. Therefore, consider hiring a company that can help you do a deep cleaning, or get a handyman to make sure to fix little things here and there, so that it doesn't become an issue when you're receiving offers. Or number 3, focus on your curb appeal. The first impressions start when the moment when the buyer steps out of their car. So taking care of the lawn, trimming the edges of the trees, and taking care of the pathway that leads to your property is important. You might want to invest also in maybe a power wash to clean up the walls outside the house, and also the pathway that leads to the property. Home Depot can actually rent you some of those power wash for a few hours to 24 hours, so it can actually clean the house surface outside, in the floor and in the wall. Take into consideration also painting if needed, so that it has that fresh look. The door, also make sure that it's painted if it's needed, or if it has to be replaced, make sure to replace it, because that goes a long way. Planting pots and plants and even having flowers along the way can help enhance that experience, so that they are ready before they come into going to the house, the buyer already have that idea that, wow, this is a good property to call home. Number 4, arrange furniture and create functional spaces. Make sure that the furniture makes sense, that when they walk in, they can see that there's harmony. One of the ways that I keep on thinking is when I saw this property there's a 2-story house, and in the space in between the steps, like the steps going to the second floor, that little triangle, there was a space here that was utilized as a bookshelf. So I thought that was very interesting that they have this space and they have books, so that guests that came in could say, wow, this is a good collection, I would like to take a look at it or read this. And there was a little foyer or a little den where people were able to sit down and read any of this book in this mini library setting. Also, make sure that you create functional spaces. If this is a house with multiple rooms and you're only utilizing one for you and your spouse, the master bedroom, and one for your kids, and there's one extra one, you can use that and stage it to look like a studio. Therefore, you can put, let's say, lamps that have lighting that can create that, oh, this room, aside from being used as a potential bedroom, you can put it as a studio, or as a third office or home office, or even as a guest room for guests to stay the night. So there are things that you can create that enhance the imagination of the buyer. This way, when they see it, they say, oh, there's a lot of functionality in this property. Also, arranging the furniture that creates more space. If the house is tiny, but there's a lot of ways they can arrange the furniture that is functional, meaning that even though it's small, it can be cozy because everything is reachable from where you are. So let's say that the kitchen has, instead of having door cabinet, you can have what's it called? You can have open cabinetry, so that everything can be seen without the need to open each door or each cabinetry. So that helps. So having an open space, an open concept, create the illusion per se that there's more room for this house. So things here and there can help enhance the experience, the viewing experience for the buyer, and you can say, oh, this is actually worth taking a second look. When it comes to selling your property, you want to make sure that you're accommodating for the potential buyer. Although you did create this space for yourself and your family to call home, this is no longer the case. Now you're accommodating to make sure that the next buyer can see themselves in it. Whatever you did with the house, that was for your own comfort. That was for your enjoyment. Now it's time to, per se, pass the baton. Therefore, you'll have to create everything from a fresh view, for say, a different point of view. And a professional, or your realtor, can help you, give you that perspective that will create the desired result, which is to sell this property and enter the next stage of your life. For more information, let me know. My name is Gary Yao, and I will talk to you soon.